Well, guys, sorry, I always try to do this kind of running after work. But anyway, just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up. This is going to be for the period of April to May. Not sure if that's coming in really clear there, but either way, I'm going to just try to go ahead. So again, this is for Libra April to May 2024. I'm going to just start out again, just giving you the idea. This is all general readings. It is energy that is always transformable. You know, it's nothing that you have to sit in. Whatever energy you're surrounded with, you can always, obviously change. Energy is fluid. It's something that can be altered depending on what it is you are allowing in. So, but currently, for whoever this resonates for, this is where we stand. So, and again, I know a lot of you are into tarot, so I'm just going to go through it on a general basis, and then we'll just sort of tie in the extra cards for the clarifiers, which I have sort of pulled off to the side here as well. But either way, let's just get right into it. Okay, so it does appear in this month that there is going to be a significant shift of sorts. And this is again for April as well as to May. So it looks like there is reason for you to really have to sacrifice some of what is coming in here. It looks like you're not going to be able to hang on to a lot of the old way of doing things or the old strategy or the old belief system. Again, all of those old methodologies or things, habits, things that you felt a little entitled to and were comfortable in. That routine is about to change here. So it looks like it is sort of it's a big shift of sorts here because I will just say offhand, the cards that I'm starting out here with, of course, this is the clarifier, the Seven of Swords, but the main card is, I believe this is you. This is your energy. You're coming forward as somebody who has kind of that leadership quality. Certainly can be somebody who has more of a mature mindset. Doesn't have to be mature as an age, but mature mindset, but definitely confident, charismatic, all of those qualities that go with the Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, also relevant here. But the fact is this is someone who generally will take on new challenges without, without worry, feeling that it's something that has to be done. A lot of the cards out I'm seeing here, again, this is April to May, so it's almost like it's a trickle-down effect. Most of the energy that I see here is along the lines of new starts, followed up by more new starts, followed up by more, new like endings and new starts. There's healing energy here, big decisions, and there definitely is good news that's coming in here as well, despite all of these significant changes, which even though I'm not seeing the Tower, I do feel like these are going to be quite impactful on your well-being and your life at this time. Oh, hi there. Sorry. Hi, Metamorphosis. Good to see you. So anyway, what I'm seeing again is I do feel like there is some positives, but again, you're going to have to learn to sort of give way to whatever this change is. It doesn't feel like it's going to be something you normally would be able to control. Normally, you would take maybe the position of authority and that role, but it feels like there's something else coming in here that you have to adapt to in the situation. So what I'm going to say is, again, when we're looking at the Queen of Wands with the Seven of Swords as the clarifier, it feels like, here you are standing upright with, all of this magnetic energy, very electric, willing to do what you have to do to kind of get to the other side and bringing in people as you need it, whatever. You've got there's an enthusiasm that kind of goes with that card. But then you have the Seven of Swords. So it looks like around you there is energy of a certain level of deception, possibly betrayal, a bit of sneakiness, something there that might to you be construed as dishonest or manipulative. So all I'm going to say there is right off the bat, be cautious. So it's not to say, sorry, I was just reading your comment, Metamorphosis. Oh, okay. Sorry, all together, please write down what you've done. Okay, well, I'll try to sort of give you a synopsis. I don't know if I can write anything down. I kind of do things on the fly, but anyway, what I'll say again is I just feel like you need to kind of be a little leery of revealing too much of your own position at this time. I feel like your position is going to change in your role in this whole dynamic. So because of that, until you really know what that role is, or until you really know how things are going to unfold, be very cautious, because some of that energy, if you act too soon, I think is going to impact you in an unfavorable way. So it's kind of like sitting on the fence here. So the other part of it is, so I was just trying to read what you wrote there, Metamorphosis. Oh, your email. I have so little time. I'm trying to, I try to get out what I can. But we'll see what we can do here. Anyway, so again, what I'm seeing there is that there is some kind of reason for you to just to be alert, be on alert, because there's something around you that's going on sort of behind the scenes that you don't have an awareness of. And again, there could be, we don't know if this energy is really deceptive, good or bad. It can be just a strategy of some sort that somebody else is operating on you with, or again, there's kind of a manipulative feel, or somebody is trying to usurp your role or something like that. And I say that because out here at the bottom, we also have, even though the main energy out is this new start, but it is clarified with the King of Pentacles. So, I mean, of course, the King of Pentacles is somebody who's either coming into money, has money, represents his money, but definitely has some ability to, lay down cash when they need it. They have a good, they can be a little bit domineering as well, even with this combination. And of course, because it's so close to that swords card with the sneakiness and so on. So I would say that there is still something here with, even though there is a new start coming in around your finances, but again, it seems to be that there's something around you that is not quite clear. So somebody else is coming in here with, again, more finances, a fair amount of stability. This is somebody who knows what to do with money, or has a really good sense of money, or, either way is having some kind of, powerful new change to finances. So whether this is you or another person coming in, but I feel because there's that sneakiness card, it has to be somebody else that's operating here. And that is the only one I see on the table. Other than there is another few cards out here relating around a younger person, a youth, something along that sort of line. But again, what I see here overall is that this is a very powerful combination. And again, it's a very passionate energy. So there could be, quite a bit of attraction or something like that here. But there's definitely that sense of either a new relationship for some of you, because I'm not seeing any cards of the past necessarily, although it could be, but I don't see anything specifically out. But I do see new relationship or something coming in here that represents as money. Somehow this situation is coming in as an old cycle finishing up and something new that's coming in. So it's impacting you in a new way. So again, this is somebody who has wealth, power, success, all of that. Somebody who's really accomplished, can be a great businessman, and certainly is great at creating, wealth streams, like streams of income in different ways, because they have that creative energy. They have that ability to sort of, build on one idea to the next, to the next. So that is creating a fair amount of stability here. Again, there's a sense that this person could be controlling or domineering, only because even though it's a very practical energy and the money is here, I don't know that it's in your hands necessarily, but it is here, it's present. But it does feel like it's kind of an ambitious connection either way between the two. Because we do have, again, very creative energy, strong creative energy, but also a strong new creative beginning here as well. So the next card's out. Okay, so it looks like there was some worry about either finances or that somebody's been left out of a situation. So the Five of Pentacles and the Judgment card does also speak to a lot of things, even on a spiritual level. So it does indicate that there can be sort of a spiritual awakening, sort of, self-evaluation, taking a look at the self and trying to you're looking at sort of all the lack in yourself at this time, I would say, between April and May. But you're going through a period of transformation here as well, and significant transformation. So again, some of you, this will be trailing further out because these are big changes. And again, most of them are on the clarifying cards, but still it's energy that is kind of moving through at this time that will lead to impactful change in the realm of your practical world. So probably stability, house, whatever, something along that line. We also have the energy of rebirth and transformation. And it also comes through with not only just the judgment card, but we also have the death card here as well. So again, really a lot of energy around some struggle, feeling excluded, that kind of thing, maybe feeling abandoned in some way. But again, it's just a reminder that during these dark times that there is a lot of hope in this reading here as well. But there is going to be a period of change. 5 is all about change, does seem to be affecting, again, your stability or your finances. So that change is taking place, and there is going to be new decisions around things that, present as your values or, finance, things like that. So then we get to the next card. And again, I'm going to recap all of this here too. But we also have the next card out as this one. I pulled quite a few clarifiers. We have the star card. There is a lot of healing taking place in this situation. So we also have not just the card of healing with the star, but we also have it followed up with the 10 of Wands. So there's definitely a cycle ending here, not just in the 10 of Wands, but of course the death card. We've got the world card further out here as well. I mean, there's just, and again, these are all the clarifiers. So this energy is going to be hanging around for quite some time, I would say, but it definitely is, you're already in it and it's beginning, but it may be, just as I said, something that's going to be a lot more impactful over the course of the months. So I did do this period for April to May, but I still feel like there's going to be old beliefs falling away, old patterns. You've got a new way of connecting to yourself. There's a lot of healing taking place in this period, and I definitely see a positive new beginning here on the horizon. So just know that it's okay to trust, but be careful in what you divulge. Don't be overly forthcoming. It's more about kind of keeping you're not really completely closed off here. I don't see that, because I see a lot of exploration around emotional feelings and, going through new feelings again, or going through something new, like a new experience or childlike sort of wonder. And I feel like it's okay to be open to those feelings and be excited, because that's kind of what's coming through after these, all these big changes. But I still feel like there's just a little that's not quite known to you yet. So again, just be a little bit more cautious in what it is you reveal and how things open up. But they will open up in a more positive way here still. So just be aware that things are going in the right direction. Now, again, there is that sense you will have to change your perspective and sort of release things. This is not going to be maybe an easy shift, because we are dealing with the death card as well as the conclusion and the 10 of Wands. This has been, very harsh struggles and battles, things that internally have probably been tearing you up in some way. But, and there's probably heated arguments and things that go along with that. I'm not seeing a lot of any harsh words or anything in this period. It seems like it's just a lot of physical energy drain, that kind of thing. But I do still feel overall it's a big period of change. And again, there's a lot of decisions that are going to have to be shifted, a lot of habits that will have to be changed, a lot that does speak to the finances and, again, your emotions. So these things are the primary aspects that are, I would say, the focus. Also, again, with that star card, there is that renewed sense of hope and inspiration. So you are looking forward in a more optimistic way. There is a sense of, still finding some peace in the situation despite some difficulties. So again, it's not to say there won't be challenges here, because I do see that you are having to really change you're having to change something around the practical. So something around you alongside yourself. You're having to change the emotions as well as the practical. So those are really big things, but there's a shift that's taking place that you have to do, enable for those, that new way of connecting to yourself and all of that, because it has to sort of metamorphosize, and that's really what the death card is. So again, it does seem to be all around the home front, all around family, whatever family is to you, or stability. There is some other cards out here. I just kept pulling here, and these were still cards of balance. So the Six of Pentacles still, again, resembles all of the harmony, balance, things around you being somehow assisted in some way. So I feel like you are having to give way and relax and stand back. So even though that may not be your primary nature from the beginning of what the reading was, it feels like in this month that is going to have to be, the energy, unable to keep things flowing for the April to May period. And again, it may resonate a little further out for some of you, unable to keep moving forward here with that Two of Wands, because there is going to be a new horizon. There is a new beginning here. And it looks like, I say, on several different fronts. The fact that we've got the Eight of Pentacles, again, this is still speaking to a lot of money. There's a lot of money, in this picture for the month of April. Now we're getting to the final cards out. And again, I'm going to kind of reiterate some of this, but I just wanted to, and I might flesh out a little bit more in the cards, but there's information that's coming in here as well. So there's news, good news. We also have, and it's coming in pretty quick. So it's favorable. There's also something here around a youth or a younger person. Again, it's kind of either a love offer or it's some kind of a giving, from an emotional place. I also feel like, again, it's being open to that, to these new feelings, new experiences. So there's more of an excitement around the future here. So again, some of you, this is going to speak to your career, and that means you're aligning your passions with the journey. Again, some of you, it's spiritually, where you're going to be more connected emotionally, and it may be even on more than one layering here. But we also have, again, you exploring your emotions, which are going to either way lead to, more of a period of personal growth for you. We did have that Eight of Pentacles there, so there's a certain level of mastery that's taking place as well. And of course, we also had the final card out with the World. So it definitely still speaks to there being a sense of, still being curious about things, because the Page of Cups is bringing in the World. And so that is that mastery, that is that sense of balance and feeling more whole, deeper understanding of the world and your world around you. And there's a lot more encouragement to express yourself. And it just feels more happy, or that there's a new emotional connection here in some way. But either way, this is you. This is you. And maybe the sacrifice is, because if I just go back to that card there with the Hanged Man, yeah, the sacrifice around the Hanged Man was around the home front. And again, maybe you were operating in more of an independent way, and that's why, there's more assistance is coming through here, and that could be part of what the sacrifice is, having to shift your independent mindset to more of a one of reciprocity, right? So then again, when we do the combination of the Death and the Hangman, of course, that's a surrendering and a letting go energy right there as well. But it's stepping back and getting a different perspective to a situation, or a scenario. But either way, it's an end of a way of a lifestyle, or how things were, moving ahead. So we're going to get into the last cards out here. So maybe I'll just pull these down for half a second. Now, the cards that sort of came out is there is strong protection in this reading. Very strong protection. But there's also some kind of clarity that's going to be coming through here as well. And all of this, whatever this immediate knowledge or information is that's coming through, it is coming in pretty quickly. This is a protected divine sort of thing, meaning, spirit is around you to make sure this gets to you or into your energy. So whether it's coming directly to you or in around you, it is something that is there to assist you in some way. We also have, it is a gift from the universe, but this is also a good cycle of luck. This is emotional balance, and this is emotional luck. This is a new beginning on a few different levels. Not only is it more of a passionate start, but it's more of an opening to your emotional, spaces. But we also have this here with the Ace of Cups, that being more of an emotional connection to whatever the situation is. But either way, just to backtrack, temperance is all about keeping the balance. It's all about having things, going in a direction that is protective. Sorry, just going to turn on the lights here, guys. But either way, it's a protected situation that is going to aid you. But there is going to be a certain level of sacrifice, and I think it's going to be in around a level of control that you're going to have to give way to. Because, like I said, the Death card, and even though the Death card is a card of, 1 and 3 is 4, right? So Scorpio energy could also be relevant here, but it does feel like there is going to be some kind of like I said, transformation and a release of something on your behalf, and able to kind of move this into a space where it's, again, more advantageous to you. The Temperance card is kind of a mix of things as well, even though it does offer up, a certain level of success and, peace, and it does also indicate there's some sense of compromise or tolerance for a situation. So there is going to have to be some kind of surrender to someone else's agenda, is kind of what I would say there. But again, it's still looking for a new way of doing something, for those in a job situation. But it also indicates that success is not instantaneous. This is all going to be coming in for you in a more expansive way, but it's like you're growing into this journey. But it's all very positive. Like I say, it's still maintaining, and it's still very intuitive, and it still has the effect of, impacting your finances. So it's actually a really good balance either way. The other card out, like I said, the Ace of Cups, that is just like overall is just a lot of emotional, just a lot of emotional cards here that I feel are starting to change you internally. So if you were more closed off, because that Ten of Wands did present itself, which where there would have been, again, it's a completion card, but it also would have been a card of a lot of boundaries, or feeling like you've been doing it all, where there's been overwhelm, feeling exhausted, that kind of thing. So that energy was there, but again, it's opening up to more emotions, more relationships, more things around the heart. And it feels like it'll probably impact you more so in around the summer period here as well. But either way, I feel like this is some kind of more of a happy situation, irregardless, right? Despite some of those transitional cards that you're going to have to release and let go. But again, there's almost like a certain sense of forgiveness that needs to take place here as well, because the card of Ace of Cups next to the Temperance for me is, either you're forgiving or somebody's forgiving. There is a sense of that will help to, it's because it's an unconditional love feeling is what it is. And there's more of an acceptance here. So again, and there's better luck here for you as well. It's almost like something gets revitalized in some way. Which is going to help inspire you. And whether the inspiration is, enacted around your love life, or if it's enacted in other areas of your life, or both, I just feel like there is something here that you're having to sort of trade up into. But it's a fortunate increase, like I said. Even in terms of health, I feel like things are really balancing out. If for those of you that were worried about those kinds of things, again, it's still being very connected to deeper meaning, and your emotions are very strongly highlighted here. So anyway, I should probably leave it at that. But either way, I would just say these are amazing cards. Let me just see if there is any other advice from, this is just a different deck that I don't very often use, but it's the Angel Wisdom Tarot. What is the advice? 3 cards. What is the advice for Libra in the month of April to May 2024? What is the advice? You are so sweet, Metamorphosis. Thank you. What is the advice coming through for April to May? April to May for Libra. Okay, let's just see. All right, first card out. Do what you love. Recognition for the highest quality of work, especially creative endeavors. Being paid well for your craft, working well with others, an excellent reputation. Okay, well, it looks like it's sort of a combined effort that's going to bring about this change. So whatever it is, or however that represents for you, it does feel like it's not going to be something that you're journeying through on your own. Like I said, that's the 3 of Pentacles, I believe. But either way, it's looking, or sorry. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what that one was on the, because I don't use this deck very often. But it feels like you are going to be either way. Oh, that is water. No, I lie. Hold tight. It's not water. What is that one? Yeah, it was. It is Pentacles. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so either way, the fact is this is a coordinated effort. It's not going to be something you have to do on your own. So I am seeing entirely as advice for you that this is going to be something that is premium quality, something that's really good news for you. It is speaking to, you know, something that's of a highest standard as well. It does indicate that this is a cooperative effort. So there's going to be possibly 3 people that are kind of working to make this happen. Maybe there's somebody liaison that's working on your behalf that's trying to assist a collaboration. But either way, you have to be a bit of a team player on this. And this is going to be, you know, something that is going to be a measure of success that moves you up in some way. The Ten of Swords, okay, well, that's the first one. That the Ten of Wands is what I'd seen before. But Ten of Swords, the end of a situation that brings relief, sadness, or both, the opportunity for new happiness, a weight off your shoulders, the end of addiction, a melodramatic reaction. So it looks like there is going to be a lot more peace coming through here in this next while for you. So clearly there has been some hardship and that you've been facing, but that's all about to change here. So that one is the... Sorry, guys, just checking that one out. I mean, but again, it still, you know, reads as an end to an old cycle. So that one is the... Yeah, there it is. Sorry. Just in case there's any little variation on this, I don't want you to miss it. So just because we all know what the Ten of Swords is, but I mean, in terms of this particular card, it does speak to positive experience. You know, everything that has been a hardship has come to an end, that challenge. It looks like there may be introspection because of this. That's why the period of sadness. So there might be some kind of a sacrifice, some kind of a loss. It's going to be possibly a little bit stressful because you're having to adapt to a new experience. But either way, there is going to be some, you know, some sense that you're unwilling to cut ties in a situation, but there is going to be some kind of journey here that is going to lead to a happier tomorrow is what the card indicates. So again, some of you, this is addiction or some weight lifted off the, you know, the shoulders, or there's no more melodrama. It's just a certain sense of peace overall that's coming through, but it's a coordinated effort to get there. Okay, last card out as advice is so much to celebrate. Send gratitude to the divine and the angels for the peace and prosperity that's coming to you. Peace and contentment in your personal life. So there is something there to be said. That is huge. I think given all that, you know, many people have had to experience over the last few years with, you know, all the world events and even some of the stuff that's still kind of permeating our worlds, it's just nice to know that sometimes there's a little peace and harmony and joy that will help to kind of set us back on track so that we can get ready for the next journey of, you know, challenges. But either way, there is a bit of a reward here for you. So there is some kind of feeling that will allow you to feel that sense of gratitude, more of a heartfelt sort of scenario between the periods of April to May. This would also include, you know, family, friends, those that have supported you, and it's also speaking to financial security as well. So again, a lot of things around the house and your connections, romantic partners, family stability, all of that represents here, and it definitely still speaks to some sense of joy in your life. So be content with that, because that is huge. Like I said, a lot of things right now are, you know, are changing for a lot of people. So, I mean, take the small things with the greatest amount of appreciation. Anyway, that's what I have for you. Keep moving forward. Never give up, guys. And I will do some other random reads with some of the other new decks that I did get there. So have a wonderful night, and I will see you in future reads. Thanks to all that are supporting, by the way.